Hello, everybody. So I thought I'd go over the Travis Fowler interview. Like most of the ones I do, I don't. I've had some people at strange. Sometimes in the comments of the videos I do, going, "You're not doing your research. You've not watched this video before." I kind of like it as a reveal. Maybe it's just because I'm lazy. I don't know, but I like going through it on the video for the first time. Maybe it's because I don't want to put the time in to go through it, analyse it, and then do a video. It wouldn't be as entertaining for me to go through it. So I hope that sort of comes across when I do these. But anyway, so yeah, Travis Fowler, who was caught in the Bowling Green sting that obviously we all know of. I mean, what a bunch of characters that spawned there. Fantastic. So obviously this guy, he does look like Lurch, doesn't he? Isn't that amazing? I didn't even know what it was until I didn't even know why people called him that. I wasn't even familiar with the character, and then I looked at it. I was like, yeah, God, that is quite uncanny. Anyway, I think what we'll do first is we'll just, before I get down to the police interview, we'll just have a look at the footage from the episode.
Incoming, right here.
Meet 34-year-old James Fowler. He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a 13-year-old, calling himself You Want Come and Get Me 2005.
He's not pulling any punches there. You won't come and get me. Maybe it's like, maybe it's a legal disclaimer. It's like, well, I said they were, I told them to come after me. I didn't do any of the chasing, therefore I'm not guilty.
He wastes no time getting to the point.
I don't think he's that smart. Well, not that it'd be smart. You get where I'm coming from.
I like to pleasure people and be pleasured.
That is quite... Well, okay. I suppose we all do.
I just don't chat. I meet.
I think that's basically, I'm desperate. I can't be arsed chatting. Let's get down to it.
I want to know, if I meet you, you will let me pleasure you?
Oh my God. Maybe I should try that with a girl. Just message them and just say, hi, I want to know if I meet you, will you let me pleasure me? Where do you think I'll get with that? She just said it. Lols. Fucking nowhere.
Sounds fun.
Then
Sounds fun. He's like, what? That actually worked? Oh my God.
he turned
Just I'm going to refer to like a Simpsons, right? I watched which one was it now? The You Shot Mr. Burns one, where Mr. Burns goes into the he goes into Principal Skinner's office, and Smithers goes over the tannoy and goes, this is Principal Skinner. This is your secretary. There is one less student here to see you. He goes, that's strange. I don't have a secretary or an intercom, but send him in. And then Mr. Burns comes, hi there, Dean. I understand you're taking suggestions from students. And he's like dressed like a kid. And then Skinner goes, Mr. Burns. And then he goes, ah! Like he was so shocked that he recognized who he was. And that's the kind of reaction. Mr. Brooks. Oh my God. Oh, you see, this is quality YouTube entertainment, right? I'm supposed to be doing a police analysis. I just start fucking laughing about The Simpsons. Hey, can alone in a non-profit organization to have oil? Oh, Jesus, sorry. Anyway, I could just imagine him having that reaction when she said, yes, please. He's like, bah!
turns on his webcam and shows her his private parts. The next day, he's walking into our living room.
Look at this. We got these sweet new chairs. Sit down. It's so cool. It has
I wonder if this was before or after Lorne. I wonder if it's still got Lorne's sweat on it.
like a massager in it. If you push those buttons, I got him to sit in the chair.
He comes across to me like somebody with learning difficulties, somebody who isn't quite on the... But let's say learning, that's a bit disrespectful to people who have learning difficulties. Even myself got like borderline dyslexia in some degree. I sometimes struggle with left and right, which is a bit fucking weird. but how can I put it? Not necessarily learning difficulties, but I think you understand what I'm getting at, don't you? He comes across as somebody with some kind of special needs or something. Somebody who's got the mental age of someone a lot younger than him. That's the way I've not really spent much time looking at this guy.
And I was just sitting on the edge of my chair. That's pretty cool, right?
Because she does look really young there, Casey, doesn't she? No wonder they got her in to do this, because she could pass as someone so young.
Wow.
And then out of nowhere, he just stood up and started heading towards me. Do you want me to get you something to drink? He was...
I mean, that would suggest there that he actually kind of looks like he wants to go for a waz, to be honest. I'm not saying that that's the case, but that's what it looks like. But of course, desperation and...
was definitely headed towards me for something.
Have a seat right over there where we were.
I mean, he's somebody who just doesn't hold back, does he? He's got no reservations about what he's doing. It's like, right,
What's happening? Please sit down. What's going on?
I thought this was never going to happen.
You thought this was never going to happen.
Yeah.
And what do you think this is?
It's not good.
You got that right.
Now, what was your plan here tonight?
Have a time.
Have a fun time.
Yeah.
With a girl who told you she was how old?
I think it was 13,
And how old are you?
34.
He says he drove an hour and 42 minutes to get here. And during that drive at all, did you think, man, this is a bad idea?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Should have turned around. Should have thought about it.
Have you met other people before on the internet?
Sure, consent. Older. I mean, everybody's old, that I've never...
He's like, he's not a very good communicator, is he? He's getting lost in his own words. He's like, he wouldn't be difficult to unravel in an interview, one would think. We're going to find that out.
This before.
If I don't stop to babble on about The Simpsons, of course.
What made you decide to do this for the first time tonight?
Wow, it crossed my mind. I seen this show and I'm like,
You seen which show?
This one.
This show.
Yeah.
Yes, the look on his face is so comical to me. That puzzled kind of, oh, I did it again. That kind of look.
And
sort of very childlike.
what was your reaction when you've seen the show before?
It was bad. It's just bad. That's all I can say.
What the people were doing was bad.
Yeah.
Now you
Look at that look. It's like a kid who's got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
say here that you like to pleasure people and be pleasured.
Yeah.
Now this is a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
You talk about how having sex for the first time may be painful for the girl.
Tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at the chat log, shall we? Oh shit! Sorry, I thought I pressed the pause button. Oh, it's right. That's professionalism for you. Okay, so do you like casual fun? Okay, I mean, Jesus Christ, get straight into it, dude. What's your ASL? I'm Natty, 13. Okay. You have a pick, yeah, but what's your age? Fucking hell, he's not getting to it. Yeah, but I do. What's your age, sex location? He's still not got to it, has he? Fucking hell. So I chat with all ages long as you stop being a Oh, right, okay. I chat to find casual fun. I'm sorry. Not sure what you mean. I think chatting's fun. That's why I come here to enjoy and have pleasure. Oh. Yeah, he's someone who comes across as being like really basic, really kind of basic person. It's alright, I'm going to get my sexual needs fulfilled in any way I can, and I'm not interested in anything in between, I don't want to get in trouble, say the wrong thing. I like to pleasure people, I just don't like to chat. Fucking hell, what a charmer, eh? He wouldn't be very good at chatting a girl up in a bar, would he? Not scared to meet peeps you don't know. Okay, what's your name? JT, nice to meet you. JT. No, I mean sex, darling. Fucking hell. Oh, lols. Well, I had luck having luck this weekend. I had luck and having luck this weekend. Really? Wow. You ever had a time you ever wanted to meet anybody before? Nobody ever asked. Blah blah blah. When you have sex, it would be too big to go in your part you pee from. When you have sex, it would be too. Lols, you would really want to do that for fun. Adults understand you will very soon. Okay. Well, you suck him. Yeah, okay. For real? Cool. Yeah, for reals. Just right. So he believes that she's had some kind of experience. When you get real brave, you can try the ass. Men love that. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Not all fucking men. Too much information there. Sorry. Oh, young man. Well, depends on how slow the man goes, but mine is too big for you. I bet pussy is tight. I don't know. Fucking hell. Just doesn't care at all, does he? You're underage. I've never done anybody underage before. Okay. I wonder if that's a legal disclaimer or the truth. I reckon it's probably the truth. With tat like this, he's not going to attract a fucking real girl, is he? Okay. I think we get a fucking idea, don't we? Let's just skim through, shall we? When did he start? So, 17th of the 10th, 18th is when it ends. So, do you have her on push yet? Okay, now. So we get the idea, don't we? Okay, so let's just continue.
And then you sent these pictures.
Yeah.
You ever been in trouble before? You have been?
Yeah.
What was the actual criminal charge against you?
Having sex with a minor.
Interesting. So, I should have remembered from the footage. So, he said in the chat he's never been with an underage girl before, but yeah, here he's just coughed to it. He probably knows that they're going to find out, so there's no point lying.
Sex with a minor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. He's a convicted sex offender. In 1995, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of unlawful sexual intercourse. He says it was a big misunderstanding.
It doesn't fucking look like it, does it?
That the girl showed him a fake ID saying she was 18.
Well, you've seen the show before, so you know that this is about the time where...
It's kind of irrelevant, really, isn't it? Because if he thought that she was 18, really, someone looking like that young would be borderline. Do you understand what I mean? You wouldn't do it, would you? A normal guy wouldn't go with someone who looked that young anyway.
I need to
when they're that age.
tell you who I am. I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm with Dateline in.
So that's pretty much it. So we have the footage, the same interviewer that interviewed John Wesley Elliott. I went over that interview. That was an interesting one. So let's see where this one goes, shall we? She's probably the perfect person to interview Fowler, because she's very patient and kind of, basic in her approach. Calm, mild-mannered, as opposed to, is it John Ladinsky who interviewed him at Fetridge, who's a little bit more straightforward, shall we say.
You know how many times I wanted to just click that X out.
What, you talking about the computer?
Didn't fucking look like he wanted to click that X out, did it?
Yeah. Did you find something?
They're bringing some colors.
Come on, this is supposed to be entertainment, this.
How does this work in this state? Is it can you tell me what the charge and all that stuff is?
I'll go over that with you in just a minute. I need to get this paperwork taken care of before we go any further, okay? It's good and cold. Where you are? Huh?
Get signed stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get rid of
Alright,
all this.
you go ahead and have a seat.
So we took the cuffs off
Is
him.
it better?
Yeah.
You ready for some water now? Yeah? Okay. Let's get your address on here. Record of what we've talked about and what we haven't, and there's no misinterpretation that can happen that way, okay? Whenever I turn it on, I'm going to say the date and the time and where we are and
Yeah.
recording, so if somebody listens, your date of birth. There it is. What I need to do now is read you your is that you've had
That's it.
here, and if you'll fill in living in yesterday, tell me how this started, or I can start asking you questions. This is your opportunity to give me your side of the story.
It's just basically box.
Usually
Need to
when you
come
start with just, it's kind of, you're comparing it to something. You know, it's usually a comparison. So you're comparing it to more likely the truth. So straight away you probably, you're lying. It's not exact science, but it's usually the case.
I either was in the chat room myself and just
What chat room?
Yahoo.
Yahoo?
Just pure
You're not
Just
Yahooing now, are you, dude?
fun. That's all I wanted. And obviously I would have thought this somebody that was in the state that she was.
He's just rambling. He's trying to get out of it. He's trying to explain a way out of it and come up with a story, but he's not intelligent enough. He's not skilled enough. His communication's not good enough to come up with anything that's coherent.
What if
Not that anything could help you in this situation. That's what confuses me a little bit about some of the lengths that some of these people will go to. But saying that though, the odd person has got off.
but obviously not. And
In the state that she was, what, I missed something.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. In what state are you talking about, dude?
she wanted the fun also,
What gave you that impression?
the things that she said.
Yeah, basically she wasn't repulsed and ran off. It's the only reason.
Good actor.
She didn't need to be, dude.
Actress.
So you are on Yahoo. Do you frequent that chat room often?
I've been having pleasure with adults in my life. Okay. Pretty much a good 20 years, There's nothing to that to me, but this was something different. And
Okay.
that's where it led to
Different how?
Fucking is,
another
man.
experience. And that would be her first two. That's all I can say.
You wanted to get it
that's
on with a
all I-
virgin, is that what
That's
you're
all I
getting
can
at?
come about. It's just plain and simple. That's the only truth I know. That's it. There's no black or white. It's just one way.
How old was
That's it.
she?
I think 13.
Okay, now you think or you know based on your chat.
I know it was 13.
Well, that's a big part of the. That's a big part of the sort of legal sort of process. Sorry, the goal is establishing on tape that he knew or believed that she was 13. That's part of the job done now.
Transcripts are there. That's it.
Yeah, so he knows that they've got everything. He's not trying to bullshit his way out of it too much.
And what were your intentions when you got here?
I was intentions to be pleasurable and pleasure her, but I might not have done the actual penetration. I just wanted to see how it went.
Jesus Christ.
That's all, you know.
Okay. Now you're gonna have to define pleasurable for me and anybody else who may ask me what we're talking about.
Fellatio.
I mean, does he not understand that it's a kind of, if he's admitting this, it's not, you might as well go the whole way and just tell him the truth.
Having the lady have pleasure below.
He really does come across as somebody like really, childlike in his ways, doesn't he? Like, me give pleasure, me be happy, me happy person give woman pleasure. Like, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, I guess.
Okay, because the chat that I read didn't talk about much of that. It talked about
that's what I'm saying.
Sexual intercourse.
But see, that's how that happens. But that doesn't mean I was going to do it. You know what I mean? So.
But you hope to?
Well, I was just on her how it would be. You know what I mean? Just play by her ear.
See that little shrug he did then with the shoulders? Watch.
How it would be. You know what I mean? Just play by her ear.
I don't know. It's like he's trying it on and seeing if she'll believe it or not. It's like, oh, maybe you'll believe it, maybe you won't. I don't know.
So, were you at your home when you were chatting with her?
Yeah.
It's like he can't go the full way and divulge everything. He's not being entirely truthful, is he? And one would suggest, I mean, this is part 1 and it's 35. This video's like 50 minutes long. So, and there's a part 2 as well. So that, there's going to be some dancing around during this interview, dancing around the truth, not getting to the full point.
Are you married?
I have a girlfriend.
She live with you? Or do you live with her?
That's interesting.
We live together. She lives with me. I mean, same thing.
Do you have kids?
She has a kid.
Oh dear.
How old?
5.
Oh dear.
Boy, girl?
Let's hope not a girl. Well,
Boy. You have a good relationship with him?
Yeah.
So they're at
no,
home
you don't.
right now?
Yeah.
Okay. How many?
It'd be interesting to know the dynamics of that relationship, wouldn't it? Not his relationship with the kid, but overall that family dynamic there, him being, the stepfather, as it were. And then, did the mother have any inkling of what he was like? I don't want to be judgmental, but one would think that given his kind of psyche, that she's not picking good partners there, is she? Not the fact that, he shouldn't be anywhere near kids, this guy, should he? He's already been locked up he's already been convicted of sex offences as well. She may not know that information. But then again, you'd think that she would.
How many computers do you have in your home?
1.
Do you all use it?
Yeah.
Do you have it set up where you only have places that you can look and then they have places that they can look, or how's it set up?
Yeah, I just keep my password.
Okay. Kind of walk me through how you get on your computer. Like if you go in and you turn it on, is there a button that you push for Travis? Or
I have a password that I go in on Yahoo myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it.
But not the computer itself. It's not password protected. Just Yahoo. When you access
Nobody
Yahoo.
really gets on the internet but me, and she does things with it like crafts and things like that.
Okay. Does she know you chat?
Yeah, but she didn't know about this. I told her it was a couple.
A couple.
A couple.
Couple of what?
Couple. 2 people. A man and a woman.
That you were coming to see?
Yeah.
For what?
I have pleasure with couples.
So she knows that you travel to have relationships.
Yeah, but I really don't want her life to be ruined either, you know?
So she thought
She's okay with that? With you traveling to have relationships with other
She's got very high standards, this girl,
yeah,
hasn't she?
I knew she knew what happens, but
Does she participate sometimes?
she has.
Well, you know,
How often?
there's nothing specifically wrong with people if they want to do that, you know, and let the partners do whatever. Some people have open relationships. I don't know anyone, at least no one that's admitted it.
Not very often, just sometimes. When we first met, she did, but she likes to be with me, but now probably won't be with me at all. Nobody will.
Okay, well,
Bless.
you know, you're in a serious situation here. I'm not going to kid you and tell you you're not, but now we all make mistakes and we're all human, and you know.
My job already. If I don't show up, I guess anyway. So I mean, you know.
Well, were you supposed to work tonight?
No, I work in the mornings.
Yeah. Well, you may have some explaining to do.
Oh, yeah. Imagine
when you
that
get
conversation with your boss. What
But, you
happened
know,
to you,
it's nothing
Travis?
that you
Well,
lived through.
boss, did you see that show, To Catch a Predator? Well, just look out for the next episode.
Now, I'd like to help you here if I can. You know, if I can get information from you that helps us get to the truth.
There's not really anything to say but what I told you. That's it.
Okay. Now, have you been in trouble in the past for the same behavior?
There was a girl that I was dating. She gave me a fake ID. She was tall at the time. It was kind of like, basically, I was up there in Delaware and I was working, and she was at a job, and we met. Had our time, and she got in trouble, and she had to tell everything she did. I don't know, I guess they just asked her everything she did the days before that, and we broke up, and next thing I knew, I left to go back to North Carolina where I was at, and the Delaware State Trooper told my dad, and basically my whole family was involved. And
How old were you?
So,
I think 22.
And how old was she?
It said it was 18 on the ID, but I think
You always
she's
get
older.
ID from your girlfriend?
I was just going to say, like, what do? You meet somebody that says, excuse me, can I have some ID, please? Yeah, there you go, right, let's get it on. You know, it sounds implausible, doesn't it?
To see how old they are?
Well, that was my first time being with somebody that I needed to know. But
Well,
unfortunately, it was
help
fake.
me understand how this went down. Did you say, hey, let's have sex, but I need to see your ID first?
I asked her about
Because
her
that's the
ID
way I'm
first.
hearing it.
I asked her about her ID first before I started going with her. Because she's tall, but she looked young.
You see, kind of contradicts it. He said at first, oh, she was tall, so she looked tall, but now he's saying she looked young, but she was tall. I suppose, you know, like I say, it's possible, but, I mean, considering he's at it here, and this is what he's trying to do, he's made it, you know, he pointed, he didn't say it directly, but he alluded to the fact that he was interested in getting it on with a virgin. But anyway, putting that aside, he's here, and he wants to have sex. He wanted to have sex with the decoy. It was quite clear in the chat log that we saw. So the chances that that was all a big misunderstanding would seem to be very slim. But I think we can all agree. What I'm getting at is, obviously, he has a propensity to this sort of behaviour, doesn't he?
I was younger then.
Travis, it sounds like you've gotten yourself in one bad situation after another.
That was an accident. This is something I caused.
Okay, so before...
Okay, so we will continue with this. I'm finding it quite interesting. There's a lot to his story with regard to the fact that he's a convicted sex offender. She's going into detail on that now. There's no relevance to this. Well, there's no relevance to this case. Of course there is. But what I mean is, she's questioning him about this offence. But if you can try and unravel what he's done previously, it puts her in a stronger position in the interview, doesn't it? It's like, you've done this before, but he's not admitting that he did it willingly. So, that it was all a misunderstanding, which she's trying to unravel. So we've got that to look at. And like I said, there's a lot more to go in this interview. He is what I would consider a stereotypical predator. He is somebody who has a questionable mentality. Seems a bit blasé about life, doesn't really take much responsibility, has these, looks very strange, his mannerisms are odd, is doesn't look, pretty dumb by, it sounds like. So, yeah, I think it's quite interesting. So we'll continue with part 2 at some point. If you have enjoyed it, of course, could you please let me know? If you have, because otherwise there's no point. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll speak to you soon.